Hello there guys and welcome to the first race of the 2011 Grand Prix 4 GP2 Offline Championship. I'm GP4 and we are here at the famous Istanbul Park circuit to begin the 2011 season here in Turkey. We've got 17 laps in total with Rifki Fakwazine, the man who's holding the lap record here as we begin the new era of GP2. Let's look at the grid then. It's Bruno de Barros on pole with Jeffrey Fingar in second. Franco Gamba lines up in third for Dams. Alongside him is David Greenwood and the Rapax. In fifth place we have Jordan Dixon, who lines up at the beginning of row 3 there. Alongside him is Lorenzo Machula in 6th place there. Vandrin Virginia is in 7th with Zachary Fitzwater in 8th. The two teammates looking out row 4 then appears. Then two teammates lock out row 5. It's Joel Dyer in 9th and Phil Sadlowski in 10th place there. Both of them driving for Coloni. Now we move on to row 6 then. It is Gabriel Gomez who starts in 11th with Kirishima De Rosa in 12th place, the Polish driver, just outside the top 10 there on row 6 for Arden. William Duncan will start in 13th place there. Alongside him, after a very tricky season for him, last season, Oliver Glazebrook starts 14th. Patrick Uhas starts in 15th with Franco Lopez in 16th place there then. As we move on to row 8 then, it's Scott Roush who starts 17th with Robert Hunter, last season's runner-up, all the way down in 18th. Not a good qualifying session for him. As it's Richard Johnson who starts 19th with Daniel Prizagola in 20th place there for Lotus Heart. And at the back row of the grid we have William Brock who's making his debut, and alongside him is Sasha Banks in the iSport, whereas a teammate is up at the front on pole position. 17 laps of action here, and it's a bright sunny day in Istanbul, which is not really surprising really. I don't think we've ever had rain around this track. Right then, the lights are coming out. We have 5 lights, and for the first time in 2011 the season is go here in Istanbul. It's a good start from Bruno de Barros there, and it's not been the best of starts for Jeffrey Fingar, but it looks like he's kept on the second place there from Gomez there, as we now come, I think it's Gomez, in fact I can't remember, but anyway, Greenwood is up into 3rd place. A good start from him. We've already got a crash, and it's Sadlowski and Gomez who have got involved in the crash, so that's somebody else who's up in front, not Gomez. I can't quite remember who it is, but Lopez is also out of the race then. Lopez finds himself out of the race there, and it looks like Prizagola has lost the front wing and must have got involved in a turn 1 incident somewhere, as it looks like De Rosa looks like he's also lost has also got quite a bit of damage as well. Gomez is just stuck just on the side of the stricken Sadlowski, trying to find a way round. He finally finds a way round, but he's lost a lot of time to the rest of the pack. And well, he's going to have to do a lot of recovery. Prizagola there without a front wing, and there's De Rosa who have to rear and front wing. That might cause a little bit of issues as they come through the infamous turn 8, and it's giving problems for Hunter because Brock is past him, but Hunter is just stuck behind at the moment. The last season's runner-up not having the best of starts in this championship. Right over with Sadlowski then. Let's have a look at what happened, and he got hit from the rear, and then he ended up bow into the side of Gomez there. Nothing he could do, and it was De Rosa who hit the backside of him there, so that's how De Rosa got the damage. Prizagola on the other hand hit the back of one of the Dams cars. I think that might have been Lopez, so that's how he lost his front wing, and there is how Lopez went out. Uhas took the back of him there, trying to find a way around him, and it just looks like that it might have been a little bit clumsy from my perspective, but I don't know if the stewards will want to investigate that one. Yeah, crazy stuff in this race as everybody's trying to feed into the race. Duncan looking to the inside of Fitzwater and takes 7th there into the 3rd to last corner, as there seems to be trains forming all the way around the pack at the moment, as the guys who are sustaining damage will be coming back into the pits this lap then. As you can see now then, Greenwood having to defend from Gamba. It's Gamba actually who was the one who lost out at the start. I do apologise, the Italian. Now then, as you go through the infamous turn 8, holding up a train, which at the end of it has William Duncan. Meantime now then, Verdina looking to the inside now then. Verdina looking to the inside of Gamba. Can he take 4th? No, not quite. Gamba able to hang it around the outside there and keep hold of 4th place. Meantime, there's another train forming as well, and then the end of that train is Oliver Glazebrook trying to find a way past Dyer as they now come up towards the right hand, and now then Fitzwater having to fend off from 9th place man. I think it's Marizila or something like that. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, mate. His first name is Lorenzo, for what I understand, but it's side-by-side action going through into the first and last corner there, and Fitzwater has lost the final points position there, and is now having to defend off from Dyer and Glazebrook now, and as Bruno de Barros sets the fastest lap of the race. There he is, commandingly at the front of the field now then. In the meantime, Verdina having to defend now then, and they could lose a position now then to Dixon. Dixon trying to take 5th place, and Duncan is also at the backside of these guys as well. Duncan trying to make his way up through the field as they come around the right hander. Can he get Dixon then for P number 6? Let's see as it comes down the straight. I think Dixon is too concentrated on Greenwood in front. Is now Machulo now, then Danny inside, that's how you pronounce his last name. Machulo up into 7th place, passing William Duncan, and it looks like Fitzwater's taking advantage of that, rounding outside. A great move there into the second last corner, and he's up into 8th place. A brilliant pass from Fitzwaters. Meantime, Hunter's trying to get a move on, trying to get past Johnson as Prezai Gola now sets the fastest lap of the race, and William Brock is now all over the backside of these two. Meantime, Franco Garma now looking to the inside of Greenwood now, then for P3, Danny inside he goes, and can't quite make the move done there as they come around the right hander, and now the race goes Gomez. So Gomez is disastrous. Race continues. That looks like an engine failure. As you can see, the smoke coming out the back of his car. There's either an engine failure or water leak. I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look at the replay then to see what the issue was then. And the first mechanical problem appears with these new GP2 cars, and I think that's where the problem started to look, as you can see him twitching about. And what is the problem? Can we have a look in the cockpit to see what it is that's the issue with his car? And I believe he does pull off. In fact, where does he pull off? I thought he pulled off at the third to last corner, but clearly not. It's actually the last corner he pulled off at. So it's either an engine failure or a water leak that's taking care of Gomez. Whatever the case, he's out of the race. Meantime, back to the battle third between Greenwood and Gamba, as De Rosa now sits the fastest out of the race. We're on lap 6 of 17, and Garma doing whatever he can to pass Greenwood for that final podium place, as he now looks to the inside. Greenwood trying to shut the door on him there, going down towards the left-right section of corners now. Then can he try and hang it around the outside through into that right-hander side by side? Go Greenwood and Gamba now then, as it looks like as somebody else looks like he's joined into the battle as well, and Gamba running outside and takes hold of 3rd place there. A brilliant pass from the Italian, but can Greenwood try and get him back? He looks like he can, because he's going to the inside in towards the third to last corner. Greenwood, Danny inside and retakes 3rd there. Greenwood saying no to that. You're not getting the place that easily, and Gamba pretty much backing up the train there of Vedina, who was right up to that battle. Dixon and 7th place man Lorenzo there, Lorenzo Muzila, the Italian, has now look at Dixon all over the backside of Adrena now. The Danny inside into turn 1, but just shuts the door on him there, and can't quite make the stick there. Meanwhile, Dyer has trying to look at Dyer to P10 now then, as we come around the infamous turn 8, and now down the straight we go now, then heading towards the left, where Mazurov taking his done, contact's been made, but luckily nobody got spun off there. Very lucky from the pair of them indeed, as now look at Garma back on Greenwood. He's not even gave up on him since a few laps to go, and well, these two are probably going to be trying to trade positions during this race. Garma again looking to the outside of the infamous turn 8. Can't quite make that move stick there, and has to back out of it for the time being now then, as Vedrina having to hold off from Dyer, who's in 6th place at the moment, as they come down towards the left right-hander again. Dixon trying to look to the inside of Greenwood. Can he try and outbrake Greenwood this time? Can he outbrake the Brit as they go around the last few sections there? No, he couldn't. He's still down in 5th place as a result. Meantime, Gamba running up forward, still stuck behind Greenwood, and have to back out of it there as they come up towards the infamous turn 8. Dixon though back on the private group of Vedrina now, and as they go around the infamous turn 8, and so many battles going on, battle for 3rd and the battle for 5th going on in these section of cars now then, as the Barros continues to lead by a comfortable margin ahead of Jeffrey Finguy. Is now Dyer now down the inside of Vedrina. Can he take 5th this time from Vedrina? Can he? No, again, just can't seem to make the move stick going through into there, and now Machulo is now in the is now ready to pounce on him for P6, and Dyer and Duncan are finding their way past. Duncan looking like he's taking advantage of Machula, because it looked like Dyer shut the door on Machula, and has Duncan taken 7th? And I think he has actually. Yes, he has, and now he's trying to find a way past Dyer, but can't quite make the move stick. Dyer just shut the door on him there and keeps on the 6th place. Meantime, Greenwood still having to defend off from Gamba as they come around the infamous turn 8 now then. And well, what can you say about this then? Pair of them just battling left, right and centre throughout this race. Gamba looking to the inside through into this corner. Greenwood trying to shut the door on him there as they go through into that left-hander. Has he been finally able to get a position? Side by side go Greenwood and Gamba as they go down towards the 4th to last corner now then. Meantime, it looks like Finguy's looking a little bit lonely in P2 there. Gamba trying everything he can to hang it around, but again Greenwood just essentially parking the bus on him there as they go down towards the 3rd to last corner. And now he's going to try and flick it back to the inside. He looked to the outside, then the inside, but Gamba couldn't quite make the move stick. And now there's a train forward now for 3rd place for Drina, and Dyer have got themselves involved. Meantime, Machulo and Duncan are still fighting for 7th. 7th. Duncan just fends off 7th for the time being for Machulo as they now go down towards the double left-hander now then of turns 4 and 5, I believe it is. And sorry, 5 and 6, as we now come down towards turn 7 before entering towards the infamous turn 8. Garmin flicks it back to the inside into turn 7, but can't quite make the move stick as Dixon also had a little look at Vadrina going through into there, but again couldn't wait to move stick. Garmin still having a look, but now Vadrina trying to take advantage of his little look. Vadrina trying to look to the inside into the infamous turn 8, couldn't quite make the move stick that time around, but now finds himself within the slipstream of Dyer, but then has to back out of it, compromises exit, and now Dyer onto the inside of it. Garmin now again looks to the inside of Greenwood, surely this time, no he can't, looks to the out, just hangs it around the outside. And meantime Dyer, has he got the position now for Madrina? Side by side they go now, they're down towards the 4th to last corner as 3 more cars have even joined this train now then, and Vadrina, has he just hold on? No, Dixon's still alongside, but can he try now break him into the 3rd to last corner? Looks like Greenwood's created a bit of a gap between himself and Garmin now then as they go down towards the 3rd last corner, and Dyer finally takes 5th from Vadrina, and Duncan also takes advantage of the gap opening as well, and he goes up into 6th place. Another brilliant overtake from him now then. Meantime, we're now got 6 laps to go. Can Garber this time get past Greenwood for P3 as they go up towards the 3rd to last corner now then? Can he go to the inside? He's looking to the inside. Can he make the move stick? As Greenwood trying to shut the door on him there. Garber trying to outbreak him, and he does it. Garber finally takes 3rd from Greenwood, and he's up onto the podium. Dixon now trying to take the position up from him there. Sorry, it was Dixon that got past Vadrina. I do apologize for I get those 2 mixed up. As meantime now then, on the back of these guys is Mazulo and Dyer doing whatever he can to get back into it. In fact, Mazulo's down to 9th for some odd reason. So Mazulo down to 9th place is the Italian. And now trying to get the points back, but it looks like he's got more things to worry about because Fitzwater's all over the backside of him now then as they come down towards the last 3 corners on the track now then, as they go down towards the last few corners now then. Machulo now then, Machulo trying to fend off from Fitzwater. As meantime now we go to the back of the field. Hunter now then also catching up to this train as well, but he's got somebody right in front of him. He's trying to get past, and who is that? He's trying to get past at the moment. I can't quite tell who it is according to the helmet. Can't quite see who it is. He's trying to fight with for 14th place, and well, the graphic doesn't even help me as well. As it's Banks actually he's fighting with for 14th, so it's Sasha Banks he's trying to take 14th with. Banks has done a good job to get from last place up to 14th and has got ahead of the last season's runner-up. That's not what Rob Hunter was hoping in his first race. He hoped to win the championship this season, but clearly not. As look at that, free abreast going down it towards that chicane, and you has even witnessed as Fitzwater and Machulo there. Machulo battling it out for P9 still. Fitzwater looking to the outside of the Italian, but has to tuck back in for now as Glazebrook's also on the back. You has now on the back of Fitzwater. Can he take 10th from him? As Glazebrook's watching with a bit of popcorn probably in his hand, hoping that they'll collide so he can slip through into the top 10 as we now go through the right-hander now. Then look at this train of cars forming, all because of Greenwood. Garber's just left him for dust as he's holding off the likes of Dyer and Duncan as well. They're desperate to find a way past. Greenwood defending the inside from Dyer, and Dyer flicks back to the inside for turn 7, but can't quite make the move stick again. Greenwood just parking the bus on all of these guys really, and well, it's a bit like he's forming his own version of the Truly train really, you'd have to say. Meantime, Duncan having to fend off from couldn't quite tell who that was. He was trying to find a way past him there for P6. But now we come down towards the left and right hander now. Then as we go down to the inside, goes Dixon now. Then trying to find a way past Greenwood, but couldn't quite win the move stickers now. Uhas has lost the place to Glazebrook. I think Glazebrook trying to hang it on the outside through into the left right hander. Side by side goes Glazebrook, and Uhas now then as they go through the right hander now. Then side by side they go, 2 laps to go for the race leader Bruno de Barros as we now go down towards the final few corners of the gap. Greenwood's created a bit of a gap between himself and Dixon now. Then there's battling still going on at the moment. Banks getting herself into the thick of it at the moment. She's up into 13th now, 12th just getting around the outside there of I think that might have been can't quite tell who that was, but she's up into 12th. It was Uhas, she's passed there, so she's up into 12th, and now trying to get 11th if she can from Glazebrook, who's on the back of this battle here going on between Machulo and Fitzwater now. Then Machulo's gone wide, he's run out of the road, and Fitzwater's up to 9th, Glazebrook's up to 10th. Luckily everybody avoided him there. Here's a replay of what happened. Machulo they just ran out of the road and well, dropped way down the field there, and all the guys that were behind him have now gained a position, and Johnson looks like he's trying to close up to this battle as well, as Dyer looking quite lonely in the final points position there. Dixon still all over the backside of Greenwood. Greenwood just been parking a bus on them throughout the majority of this race, well, towards the back end of this race I should say, as we now go through the double left-hander. Roush is in that battle as well in 13th place, and Greenwood again, looks like there was a lock-up between either Greenwood or Dixon now, then as it went through into turn 7, and now coming out that corner they go, then in towards the infamous turn 8 we go, and Greenwood went very defensive, and he's gone wide a little bit there. Duncan could try and capitalise, but can't quite move. Digging it for Drina, who's on the backside of the got Dyer. He's feeding back into this battle as well as they go down towards turn number, I don't know what corner number that is, and as they come around the left-hander, and now then as we come down towards the fourth to last corner, then the final lap has been, it's a final lap for Bruno de Barros as he's continuing to pull the gap at the front of the field there, and Johnson was struggling to catch till he's got to that train at the moment. But here is Bruno de Barros then, the race leader, who has pretty much not had the best of seasons last season, has to be said. Pretty much full of frustrations, but it looks like he might have put that to bed. Clearly these new regulations seem to have suited the Brazilian, and he's looking good to get the first victory of this season to take the early championship lead as well. But we've still got a load of rounds to go before we can jump to any form of conclusions on who will win this championship. I mean, we came off a very dominant season with Ricky Fakwazane dominating that championship, of course. Now he's in the top class with Sauber and doing an okay job, it has to be said. And well, that's that really. Surely it's opened the door hopefully for a close championship as Bruno de Barros now then comes up towards the final few corners. He's coming up towards the beginning of sector 3 now, and he has drove an absolutely brilliant race. We haven't even seen much of him since the beginning of the race. He's just been so quiet and no mistakes whatsoever, and he's just driven a commanding race to pull out a lead of just over 5 seconds in front of Jeffrey Fingai. And well, that gap continues to grow even further. Then we only had 3 retirements in this race, so it's quite an okay retirement rate here in this race. But meantime, here comes Bruno de Barros then around the final few corners then, and he is nearly home through the final corner and onto the pit straight we go, and it's going to be Bruno de Barros who wins here in Turkey. Congratulations to him and the iSport team there. A thoroughly deserved win for Bruno de Barros, and surely this is a return to form for the Brazilian. Jeffrey Fingai finishes in 2nd place there. Franco Garma is going to pick up the final podium in 3rd place there. Brilliant result from the Italian there to get 3rd place. And well, a fairly deserved one as well after a long battle with David Greenwood. He crosses the line in 3rd, and meantime here's this train, and it looks like Greenwood's just going to hold on to 4th there. David Greenwood then, he's going to cross the line in 4th. It's going to be Dixon who finishes in 5th, Duncan 6th, with Vadrina crossing the line in 7th, with Dyer rounding out the point in 8th, Fitzwater 9th, Glazebrook 10th, Banks 11th, Uhas in 12th, and there is Roush in 13th, Hunter 14th there, with Machulo 15th, Johnson 16th, Brock 17th, Prizagola in 18th after losing his front wing at the start, and De Rosa also for the same reason is going to cross the line in 19th place. Not a good start for the 2 Polish drivers, but in the end it's Bruno de Barros who wins the race commandingly out the front. And well, this is going to be a turn of fortune for the Brazilian, and I bet he'll hope this continues. So there you are then. Here are the results then of the race. It's Bruno de Barros who won the race by 5.443 seconds from Jeffrey Fingai, with Franco Garma 3rd, David Greenwood 4th, John Dixon 5th, William Duncan 6th, Vedran Vadrina 7th, Joel Dyer in 8th, Zachary Fitzwater 9th, Glazebrook 10th, Banks 11th, Uyaz in 12th, Roush 13th, Hunter 14th, Machulo in 15th, Johnson 16th, Brock 17th, Prizagola 18th, De Rosa 19th, Gomez 20th, Gomez, Lopez and Sadlowski are the retirements of this race. The fastest lap went to Daniel Prizagola with a 1 minute 33.343, 700s quicker than Robert Hunter. So Robert Hunter showing some race pace but couldn't quite transfer that into the results and ended up finishing around about in 14th place. Not a good start to last season's runner-up. And here is the rest of the fastest lap standings there. And obviously Sadlowski and Lopez didn't even get an attempt to even get a lap time in there. So there you have it then. There is what the championship looks like then. Bruno de Barros takes an early lead in the championship. He is 4 points clear from Jeffrey Fingai. Obviously getting them 2 bonus points as well, did Bruno de Barros. Well, for pole position, Jeffrey Fingai 2nd, Franco Garma 3rd, David Greenwood is in 4th, Dixon 5th, Duncan 6th, Vadrina 7th, Prizagola in 8th, with Joel Dyer in 9th place, of course. Obviously, the fastest lap went to Prizagola, who gets some bonus points as well. And that will be that then for this race. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic